this is Kim, and I'd like to talk about my experience with David Icke and the becoming aware process, which has a lot to do with information gathering, as I have participated within that process of gathering as much information as I possibly could, as the apparent process of becoming aware of the world and how the world is really operating, because I had at some point come across the internet and the whole secret society information and all that information that is available about UFOs and alien abductions and all the sorts of hidden societies and hidden laws and rules, and you have just lots of hidden stuff that is apparently secret that you can go into. I mean, the internet is full of it, and YouTube especially. When once you start looking at those videos, it's like you can't stop, because there's always more secrets. And I was being driven at that point. I was being driven by this desire to know everything, as like a curiosity, a never-ending curiosity, because there always seemed to be more. There always seemed to be these secrets, and that's what kept me completely enticed, and that's what kept me hooked on those videos and texts on the internet. So the reason I want to talk about this right now is because I was looking at an interesting point, because I really believed, as I was going through that information and as I was apparently becoming more aware of the world and of everything that is going on in the world, and I was feeling like everybody has to become aware, everybody has to become like me, and everybody has to do what I'm doing, which is read those articles and watch those videos and become apparently aware and know that there's such a thing as these UFOs or crop circles, and people have to know that there is really strange things going on, and that reality is not what we've always believed it is, and the government is full of conspiracies and cheaters and liars, and they're trying to control us with the microchip and chemtrails and everything. The reason I wanted people to become like me basically is because I really believed that the world would change once people start to become aware. I thought that if awareness would spread, then all of a sudden the world will simply change, because people will start to realize that politicians are liars, and once people start to realize all the stuff that is going on, people will just start standing up and changing the world, and the world will simply change. I believe that if everyone is like me, then the world will change. So that's a very interesting point, because is that the truth? Will the world change if everyone were like me, as how I was then, as apparently aware of everything that's going on? Because I myself was actually a very fearful person. I was just very kind of afraid of the world and didn't get out much, and I was kind of tense the whole time, and I would never really have, for example, gone into politics to in fact change the world, and I would never have truly stood up for who I am, or what I believe in, or what I stand for, or whatever. I would just here and there kind of tell people that they have to watch this video and that they have to look at this, and because I just assumed that if that other people will do the dirty work. I just have to get them to become aware. That's what I thought. Other people will eventually fix the world and everything will be fixed, because that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping for a quick fix because I was feeling afraid about my life, and the more information I got from the internet, the more I started to fear the world and what could possibly happen, because there was all these predictions about what was going to happen and the world was going to end, etc. So I just wanted things to be fixed so that I could feel good about myself again, so that I could basically continue living my life again, feeling good and being able to participate in good feelings, because I wasn't able to, as I was having so much information in my head about the world, about all these bad things that are apparently in the world that scared the shit out of me. So I wanted the world to change. So what I was expecting was that the world outside of me would change so that I could feel good again inside of myself, instead of realizing that the reason why I feel afraid is because of who I've allowed myself to become, which has nothing to do with the rest of the world. It has nothing to do with the message of David Icke or with that information that I have about the world, the secret societies and all that, because if I have a look, then, when I was a little kid, for instance, I had no idea of these apparent secret societies, but they were probably going on, or UFOs, aliens, secret laws and conspiracy theories, etc. I had no idea, but they were most likely going on, because I'm living in this world and I've always been living in this world. So all of a sudden I got to know about it, and then all of a sudden I felt afraid, because oh my god, this is all happening and this is all existing and it's in this world, and but it's like I scared myself because I became aware. That's actually the hoax and the lie of awareness. That's the lie that exists within, or the deception that exists within David Icke's concept of awareness and perception of awareness, because what David Icke presents is an awareness in terms of knowledge and knowing more and more about the world, expanding your knowledge about the world, getting to know about the secret societies, getting to know about what all those politicians are up to, which is basically getting upset, like I was upset and like I felt afraid about all those things. But what it does, what this kind of apparent awareness does, is actually the opposite of what the world needs, of what is required for an actual change in the world, which is it makes people afraid. It makes people even more afraid of what could possibly happen to them, and it makes them even numb and it just fills their head with all this information, and then you're just not able to relax and just move yourself in this reality and just express yourself. So that's what happened to me, and that's why I was completely stuck in my life, unable to move, actually, unable to look at the world and just see what is real and what is not, and trust myself. I was just kind of running around as a headless chicken, not really knowing what to do, driven by this sensation, this experience of panic and fear within myself. So that's obviously not the solution. What I found is a solution, however, is the process of becoming aware of yourself instead of becoming aware of the world, becoming aware of how you've actually designed the world as knowledge and information inside of yourself based on these emotional experiences such as fear, which is all driven by this desire to survive. Because apparently, we believe that we have to survive, which is actually not really true. We're just beings, we live, we exist, I am here, and that's all there is to it. And that's all we are, just a being. And self-awareness has nothing to do with any kind of knowledge or information about the world, of being aware of what is going on in the world, what other people are doing. Because why would you have to know what other people are doing if not because you just want to make sure that you are safe, that you can predict the actions of another so that you can keep yourself safe. Okay, so what's really interesting is the Desteni process, which is a process of self-forgiveness to actually come to a point of self-awareness completely within, yourself, so that you're able to direct yourself in this reality without fear and just within self-trust, because you are actually aware of what is real and what is not. Because if you just go and listen to someone else like David Icke and you believe all this information that you're getting, then you're allowing yourself to be directed by information and knowledge that come from outside of you, instead, which you believe to be real, instead of looking inside of yourself, trusting yourself, and practically looking at what is actually real and what is not. Letting go of all relationships with other people, standing alone as the living truth, the living reality, and then within yourself looking at reality as yourself and just seeing what is real and what is not, what is important and what is not, what is required to be done to change the world and what is not, what is practical and what is not. And I found that David Icke's message of apparently becoming aware of the world outside of yourself is not practical. What is practical, however, is to become aware of the world inside of yourself. Yeah. And to then stand up as life as one and equal with reality as what is real. So visit Desteni, the Desteni website, to get to know about that process of self-forgiveness, which is the process of becoming aware of self. And okay, cool, thanks.